Dear students, today let's learn about the planes. We're going to see the schema of the session. In this session, we will learn about the planes, the importance of the planes, and finally, we will learn about landforms and people. It's a comparative study. So, by this session, we are going to conclude the chapter Major Landforms. Let's go in detail. So, what do you mean by plain? A plain is a low lying, flat land surface with a very gentle slope. We all are familiar with the concept of plain, which means it's a flat surface on the earth. So, in some region, plains are absolutely level, and you can imagine in some other places it can be also undulating, which means it's not that plain. Usually, plains are generally not more than 200 meters above from mean sea level. If it is more than 200 meters above from sea level, it is not considered as the plains. And the plains can be divided into three types based on their formation. Let's see what are they: structural plains, erosional plains, and depositional plains. Let's learn them in detail. Structural plains. See, here is the picture as an example, and the term, listen to the term structural. By the structure itself, this region is plain or flat. So it has got a reason. The tectonic plates underneath the earth lays or aligned almost horizontally. That's why this area or this region is flat, or this is by structure itself plain. So they are also called as tectonic planes. So structural planes are also called as tectonic planes. I hope this concept is clear. Let's move to the second one, that is erosional plains. Again, I request you to listen to the term here, or the title here, erosional. I hope you know the concept of erosion. So here is the concept. These plains have been formed as a result of continuous wearing down of highlands by the agents of erosion. So once upon a time, this region was a hilly area or a mountain or a plateau, but due to millions of years of erosion, this has become a flat region, almost a flat region, which means by erosion it has become plain. So such a kind of plains are called erosional plains. Now we're going to deal with the third kind of plains, that are depositional plains. So it is related to erosion. Erosion has taken place from one side and the sediments are deposited on the other end. So here is the picture. See, much of the sediments have come and got settled, and they have become a plain. And here is the explanation. These plains have been formed by deposition of silt, sand, clay by rivers in low-lying areas. So this is how three types of plains are. First one is structural plains, second one is erosional plains, and third one is depositional plains. Now let's move to the importance of the plain. See here, what you need to do is to look into the keywords. See, among all the landform features, plains are the most beneficial to us. We will learn why it is so. So plains are much useful for us because it is much dependent for cultivation as well as for transport and also for settling down. So this is much beneficial. Plains are much beneficial, so it is very important landform. And as we have already said, it's good, or it is very helpful for agriculture. Most plains have fertile soil and provide ideal condition for agriculture, so it is very useful for us. Again, we see the flat surface plains are help in the construction of a transport network, buildings and industries, so that there is no wonder then the plains are the most thickly populated areas of the world. So people gather there, people get settled there in the plains. I hope the importance of the plains are clear. Now we will have a table which explains the types and the examples. So we have already learned that there are three types. Structural plains. So Russian platform is the example for that. For erosional plains, West Siberian plains are the example, or is the example. So we already know what it means to be erosional plain. And for the depositional plain, northern plains of India, Mississippi, Missouri Basin in the USA, Yangtze Basin in China. So these are the examples. So we have learned about the types of plains and its examples in the world. Now we are going to make a comparative study how landforms affect the life of people. See, the landform has a huge impact on the life of people. Let us see how the landforms affect the life of people. So especially we are comparing with the mountains. Okay, here the mountains, this is one of the landforms. Here is plains, that is another kind of landforms. So let's compare how the life of people, what is their occupation, lifestyle, all these things let's examine. So mountains are rugged and steep, so they have very sparsely populated, whereas plains are very flat, so construction work is very easy there, so that they support dense population. And in the matter of climate, it is adverse in the higher slopes, which may be frozen during winter. We know the example of Himalaya and such hill stations. There is very low temperature, and lower slopes have mild climate. Thus, activities can be carried out comfortably. So these two things are to be taken into consideration. In the high range, it will be a severe climate like frozen during winter, but in the lower slopes, almost moderate or comfortable climate we get. And climate is severe in places away from the coast, which means almost towards the center of the land, climate becomes very severe. But near the areas of a coastal region, they have moderate climate, and temperate regions are more or less moderate. So in the plains, we see two kinds of climate. In the central part, there are extreme climates, and in the coastal and temperate region, we get almost moderate climate. Let's move on. In the case of agriculture, mountains, it is very difficult to cultivate something as we cultivate in the plains. So terrace farming is adopted in such regions. I hope we have already learned that one in the previous session. In the case of plains, it is very flat and fertile, Thus agriculture can be practiced without much difficulty. So it is very conducive for this region, is very good for cultivation. So it supports agriculture very much. Now what about transportation? See here the construction and everything is bit risky. So it is not well developed in the mountain region due to rugged nature of the land. Construction of roads is very difficult, and rapids and waterfalls hinder water transport. So there is no much water transportation, and also railway also laying down railway is bit difficult, so railway also may not be that possible, and also road transportation construction also it is bit difficult, so it is not common as the plains. So let's examine what is the case of plains. In the plains, due to flat land, it is very suitable for roadways, railways and waterways. So it is very suitable for transportation. In the case of industrialization or industries, mountains are bit lagging behind or bit back comparing to the plains because lack of minerals. Mountains are not suitable for industries because of a steep terrain too, and transportation also is very difficult. We have already learned it. So raw materials and finished product cannot be transported very easily, so that these mountains does not support industries very much, whereas in plains industrialization is facilitated on the plains because they have surface to build infrastructure and good transport network. So the plains support industrialization very much, whereas in the hilly area or in the mountains it does not work. So let's examine what is their occupation. In the mountain region, agriculture, which is related to mountain region, so that a particular kind of crops are grown there. So agriculture and forestry, which means occupation that is related to forest, are the main occupation there. They live out of this forestry and agriculture related to the mountain region. Whereas in the plains, agriculture, industry, trade and commerce are the main occupations. So plains are much advanced in the case of occupation. Now what about their homes, or how do they make houses? Houses have a slanting roof to allow the snow to slide, because there will be much snowfall, so the snow should slide down. So that usually houses have got slanting roofs. Okay, they are wooden houses. Woolen clothes are worn during winter, so the people have to wear woolen clothes in order to protect themselves from the extreme winter. Whereas in the plains, houses are made of concrete building material are available, which are available, and light clothing. People do wear light clothing, which is according to their needs and according to the climate. So life is bit easier or bit faster or bit advanced in the plains comparing to that of mountains. This is the conclusion of a comparative study of the landforms.